Please have a seat, Mr. Mendes. Oh my god.
Just kidding. Hello. ASMR.
You're off the camera, yeah, you're off screen there.
Come on. Brought to you by Chips. That's our sponsors, right?
No.
Chips.com?
No.
www.chips.com?
No.
Potato chips? Let me put the chips away because I'm going to eat all of them. Sorry. Sorry, people. ASMR.
No. Eat it on camera. So, if you could describe the day that we took to Evo, or that we took the Evo to TJ in one day, what would it be?
It was hectic. I'm very superstitious about vehicles, cars. That day, that little thing didn't want to go anywhere.
Probably difficult. It's between difficult and annoying. Denoying? Difficult? Probably. That's probably.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer. Just because it was a lot of work for something as simple as taking it over and completing or starting the beginning of the end of the Evo. Because this is the last step, taking it over. Body and paint, so I could look nicer. That was the beginning of the end, but it was such a pivotal piece. But we got it taken care of.
So Mark made the decision, which I think was, I guess, the better decision now. Looking back, that we towed the car to TJ and let an auto electric over there repair it or do something to it. All right. So we make a decision. Go to U-Haul, rent the dolly.
With the U-Haul experience, because we couldn't use the 2-car dolly because it was too heavy of a car. So we need to get the flatbed dolly to roll it up in there. We went to U-Haul early in the morning because it takes all day to do anything with the car. You have your card ready, your ID ready. Let's go, let's get it. So we're there, right? We pull up the van right behind it. We put the tow hitch on it, and like literally the guy is about to lift it up and clamp it in and yank it in. And then he's like, all right, cool. We're about to do that, but my dad was like, well, the only thing I don't have is the lights. And I was like, LOL. I was like, for real? The U-Haul employee was like, oh, well, we can't let you do that. We can't let you take it home. We can't let you drive it anywhere because that's against our policy. And you know, knowing that I'm from somewhere that has policies and upholds policies, I understand that. Okay, cool. I get it. Safety or whatever. That was annoying. The guy there was super cool, actually. So he calls a shop down the road or down the street or up the street or whatever and says, hey, this is the car. They don't have this. Do you have it in stock? Yes, we have it in stock. And they tell me, okay, cool, set it aside. I'm gonna have a customer go and pick it up.
Pep Boys and another company is charging, I think, $130 to install. The part costs maybe like $150. So, but they didn't have a technician, so I would need to wait for another 3-4 weeks.
And I was like, oh my God, how are we supposed to take the Evo? Because trust me, at this point we were pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. And it was getting super frustrating because I had a broken Evo that worked. And then, anyway. So then we get the part, get in the van, and we're like, well, what do we do? And then my dad's like, well, let's just go home. Let's go home and let's go get some breakfast. And my brother and I are like, okay, I guess. Kind of bummed out, you know? Kind of like, this is what we had the whole day ready to get this taken care of. And it was kind of like, I guess.
Hello.
Say hey, Dad.
I should just say.
Hello?
So, in light of that and your position,
At that point, I feel superstitious, a little defeated. This is too much. I told the boys, let's go home. Let's go eat breakfast. We're done. And both Max and Mark, they look at each other and they're like, yeah, so they said, no, you taught us that any obstacle, we need to confront it, overcome it, and move forward. So, you know, like a shark, you keep moving forward, keep moving.
And on the way home, we're like, wait, we can install this. This is everything that we can take care of. We can. We took the parts, we looked at it, it's harness, plug and play. We just had to cut some wires, splice some wires, this and that. So I was like, we can install it. Let's just install it. And my dad's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's not hard. It's positive, negative. How hard could it be? And then, sure enough, we park into an AutoZone parking lot. We park, and then we started taking the kit apart. We started opening up the back tail lights, the front, the battery, disconnecting or opening up the battery, and we start wiring and throwing it from the front all the way to the back, just like a cowboy type of wiring, like nothing, no heat shrink, no electrical tape, nothing. Just throw it in and see if it works.
Okay. Ground is in. This right here.
All we had to do is plug it into the battery terminal and then add a fuse. We just had a little circle. We had a cut. I was like, how do we do this? I didn't understand how we can wire it, but I can crimp it to put it on the terminal, and I had to cut it, but I didn't understand it. I was like, what the heck? But then I figured it out. When I figured it out, well, we all figured it out.
Just take about maybe an inch off of that.
That's because Mark, we built scooters in the past with fuses.
Does it already have the fuse inside?
No. I was so confused.
With what?
Because it was a circle. It was just a circle. I was like, what do I do?
Oh.
paying the price, I look at these scenes of the U.S. and people opening up. I really hope the pandemic is behind us.
Super rough. It don't look
Very
pretty.
rough.
It don't look pretty, but
gotta get the job done.
Plugged it in, plugged the harnesses of the back tail lights, tested the lights, left, right, emergency, brakes, everything, and everything worked. So we're like, cool, fuga, let's get it. Yeah, brake, yep, brakes are good. Yep, good, good. Yep, now brake again, brake again. Yeah, you're good. You want to see it? No, that's fine. All lights are good.
let's roll.
All right. See him? Let's go.
Say it, Mark.
Huh?
Say it.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
Let's go. Sheesh. Back to U-Haul. Went there. We installed it. He was like, that was quick. I was like, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We're not, what is it? Chicana? And then we load it up, jack it up, put it in, and let's go.
We're making this happen today. Let's see. I think so, yeah.
Who got it? On us. I just gotta wait for him, right? Should I just take a picture of this shit or no? Yeah. We went to where the Evo was, we got to the Evo. One of the hardest parts happened.
What's the door back?
Pull the Evo all the way out, pull the car up, line the Evo up, right? And we're like, what are we gonna do? It's not turning on. What are we gonna do? We're gonna roll that shiznat ups. what's the best way to do it? We try to roll it up, and then we yank the e-brake, and then we have like a little like ratchet straps. We hook it on to the tow hooks, and just slowly, because we don't have those fancy schmancy. We don't have that. We're not, you know what I mean? So we have to do it manually because we can't push it up. Us three of us, that's a super heavy car. I didn't know it was that heavy, but it's super heavy. So we start doing it.
Turn it this way a little bit.
And sure enough, so yeah, slowly but surely, starting going up, going up, going up, going up, going up.
Turn it straight. Straighten it out, Max. Perfect.
And I don't know, what's this, the fourth time, fifth time? How many times, like, we tried a couple times pushing it up, a couple times ratcheting it up, whatever. One of the times, it got up, and the thing completely snapped.
Break.
The car rolls off the ramp. Mark and I were both yelling to Max, brake. He did put the brakes on once the car was off the ramp. All right, so we're like, okay. This little car does not want to go to TJ. So we looked around Rika's yard and we found another ratchet, a strap, and we used that one. It was a two-man operation between Mark and I. We were wearing gloves. We still got pinched. We both got pinched on our hands. Blood and tears are coming out from us. So we ratchet the car, boom, 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 boom. The car's in place. We put the wheel straps on it. We're ready to roll. I tell Max, did you put it in gear? Did you put the emergency brake on? Max said, yes, I put the emergency brake on, but not put it in gear. Okay, go put it in gear. It's another safety I guess, safety measure that you have so the car doesn't roll down on you, because we're going up a hill. Fundadores in Tijuana.
We're gonna go. Y'all boys ever been to Mexico?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That's it.
Just walk off screen.
Oh, I have to
I know.
go this way. The van was doing a really good job towing because we hit the little tow button and it said bet, and then we went. The only time that we would brake, it would like, remember, it would like scoot us forward a little bit because it was hauling a big freaking Evo.
So, I'm hauling at least 4,500 pounds, if not more.
And how's the van taking it?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, yeah, there's some little knocks here and there, or it tugs at me. It pushes me because I got a lot of weight behind me, but it's all good. Feels good.
Then we go to declare a vehicle, which I've never done before, but from what our sources said, we needed a bunch of paperwork. And sure enough, I got there, I told her, this is my car, this is my dad's van, this is the thing from U-Haul, this is all the paperwork, this is all legit, I'm doing this, it's all right. Trust me, I've already done my research. They told me this is all the stuff that I needed. They told me that I don't need to pay anything, and blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, well, what's it for? I was like, I need to get it repaired. What side? The left side, the two doors, the back portion of it. And then she's like, okay, well, let me take a look. And she's just like trying to find things to like send me back, I feel like. Like she's kind of like testing me. She's like, what are they really doing to it? And I was like, look at the car, girl, dang. Just look at it. Just look at the car. That's what it needs to be done. That's it. What do you think I'm gonna do to it? Make it a rocket ship? No, I'm not gonna do that. Or am I? You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, okay, let me go talk to my supervisor. When, I guess, gets a signature or something, comes back and says, you guys are good to go. I said, I would like to thank the Academy for this opportunity. Yeah.
You want to say something?
That was the hardest part.
That was it.
That's it. That was the hardest part.
Are you serious? That was not the hardest part.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously. The hardest part with international travel of a vehicle, I guess,
Was getting that shit on the ramp.
Getting the shit on the ramp, but that's the price we're willing to pay.
Gucci.
The price we're not willing to pay is import tax on a vehicle. Oh, that's the only thing I was worried about. Like she's gonna be like, well, it's gonna cost $1,000 to import. Like, no, they told me it was free, you know?
Yeah.
So then yeah, we went up that gigantic hill that's super frightening. And we drove up the hill, we got to my grandma's pad. Funky, he shit himself. yeah, he peed on my uncle, it was super funny.
Shit himself.
It was very difficult to like reverse that dumb thing because if you go this way, it goes this way. If you go this way, it goes this way. And so you had to like fish it in. Super weird, super annoying. Getting into the gate, reversing it, and then pushing it back was kind of a hassle.
Let's do this shit. Por ahí salgo en los carros porque están bien bajitos.
More this way.
Pégate más, Mark.
More this way.
Mark. ¿Sí ves el Mark?
You want more space over here, Mark? For the ramp?
Eso no, mejor. Ok.
And this is when we realized that both tire straps are off the vehicle. And the only thing that was holding the car on the ramp, on the platform, was the handbrake and first gear.
¿Ya lo querías descargar desde el freeway o qué? Se salió esa madre. Pues está suelto, pues
It would have been a nasty accident, I think. Anyways.
Completely off, like they were just dangling. And I was like, oh crap. That would have been super bad, especially going up that steep hill. That would have ended up in somebody's front windshield. Big yikes, whoopsie. But yeah, it was pretty bad. But I mean, it stayed on the bed because we put it at the emergency brake on, we put it in first gear, honestly. That's probably the only reason why we did it, or why it was good. But yeah, it rolled off, it was good. Put it where it's supposed to go, now it's waiting for body and paint.
I think we might have scratched the bumper.
So we get it off, we park it, and done deal, the car's in TJ. So this little car did not want to go to TJ, but it finally made it there.
But yeah, we had tacos out there, which is a must if you ever go to Mexico. Tacos are bomb.com. www.bomb.com.
You take a bite, Mark, real quick. Just recording for the video.
I think it took the auto electric 2 days, two and a half days to figure out that there was a cable cut behind the dashboard, I think. So, yeah, but it's finally in TJ. It's finally in Tijuana. And that's it.
So we initially went to Mitsubishi, and then we went to our dealership. We're like, hey, like, listen, I need that T. So where the impact happened, that B pillar, and then that bottom portion of it is where I got hit. So it's kind of like caved in, still salvageable, but my body guy's like, I need that T, right? Front of the A pillar, and then front of the C pillar on the bottom, and the whole B pillar. I need that cut, is what he said. Since it's like sheet metal or aluminum or whatever it is, they're like, let's go check Mitsubishi, the manufacturer. Then we went, and I was like, okay, so these are the parts that I need. I emailed you, this and that. Like, I literally just asked them what pieces to see if I can get them brand new. They're like, yeah, cool, it's gonna be $700. And I was like, oh my God. But they were brand new from the factory. And then they were like, yeah, once you order them, they're yours. We can't return them, we can't exchange them. We gotta wait for them, and it's gonna take 90 days for them to get here. And I was like, hot dog. I'm not gonna do that. So I called my uncle. My uncle said, give me 1 second. And sure enough, shopped around in the junkyards. I was like, hey, I found a guy that'll cut you that piece for $200, less than $200. And then I was like, yeah, sold, let's do it. He caught all the way to the front of the engine bay, all the way to the back quarter panel. So literally a quarter of a car. So this thing was gigantic, right? So because of how big this piece was, we were like, well, we gotta bring my dad's van. That's what we needed to cross. We crossed over that big giant quarter of a car, the 2 doors, most recently. That's what we have. We put it all over with our body guy, and we're just waiting at this point. Now it's just waiting. All right. The pieces are with the auto body guy, and the car is with my grandmother's, out at my grandmother's house. And once he has room available, he'll put in the car and start on the body. And then I have an Evo.
We went through a mountainous terrain to drop off a quarter portion of a vehicle from a Evo, a Mitsubishi Evolution, and we're petting dogs right now. Come here.
That's right.
We dropped off, and he showed us he has the Tijuana Zoo in his house. He's got some chickens. And then he showed us his turtles, his dogs. Then I do 1,000 wheel horsepower. Easy.
Zoom in.
And that's where it ended. That's where it stopped, and that's where it's at now. I think it's still there.
All right, I'm gonna walk out of frame. Goodbye, America, YouTube, whoever. MySpace.
85 subscribers, I think.
MySpace, goodbye. All right, I'm out.